Among Us, a game that started with an average of just 8.2 players, saw a meteoric rise in popularity during the 2020 quarantine, reaching over 150,000 players. However, its moment in the spotlight appears to be fading. The game experienced a dramatic surge in mid-2020, surpassing 217 million downloads by November. This sudden popularity can be attributed to its simple yet engaging social deduction gameplay, which was perfectly suited for a time when people were seeking new ways to connect while staying apart. Unfortunately, due to the game's basic design and the small development team's inability to release updates quickly, interest in the game has significantly declined. As a result, Among Us seems destined to continue fading from prominence. Developed by Inner Sloth, a tiny company that only recently added a fifth member, Among Us is a multiplayer game where players are assigned the role of either imposter or crewmate at the beginning of each round. Crewmates win by completing tasks or identifying and voting off imposters who try to blend in and eliminate crewmates without being discovered. The game was first released for free on mobile in June 2018 and on PC in August of the same year. Initially, the game garnered little attention, averaging only 8.2 players 6 months after release, according to Steam charts. By June 2020, Among Us had managed to break 500 average players. Its popularity then skyrocketed after Twitch streamers began playing it, leading to an average Twitch viewership of 204,000 and 3,500 concurrent streams by September 2020. The game's blend of mystery, strategy, and humor, especially when enhanced by streamer commentary, captivated a wide audience. However, the game's Twitch statistics began to decline soon after. By January 2021, the average concurrent viewership had dropped to 42,100, roughly 20% of its peak in September 2020, with concurrent streams falling to 888. As the novelty of the game wore off, streamers and viewers moved on to other games, causing a significant drop in Among Us player counts. According to Steam charts, Among Us averaged 151,000 players in September 2020, but this number had decreased by 73% to about 42,000 players by the start of the new year. Content updates are crucial for maintaining a game's relevance. Minecraft, for example, has remained popular since 2011 due to its continuous content updates. Among Us has attempted to follow this model, introducing new maps over time and teasing a fourth map, the airship. However, updates alone may not be enough to sustain interest. The game's simplicity, which was initially a strong point, has become a drawback. As players become familiar with common strategies and behavioral trends, the excitement of the game diminishes. Moreover, the initial allure of Among Us lay in its straightforward gameplay, which made it accessible to players of all skill levels. However, this simplicity also means there are limited behaviors and strategies, leading to predictable gameplay and reducing long-term engagement. Players are more likely to lose interest as there are no deeper progression goals or complexities to explore. Another factor contributing to the game's decline is the progression of COVID-19 vaccinations and the easing of social isolation practices. Quarantine provided people with more free time for gaming and limited opportunities for social interaction, boosting Among Us's popularity. As restrictions lift and people resume outdoor activities and in-person socializing, they are less inclined to spend time playing video games. The game's surge in popularity was largely a product of the quarantine environment, and its decline coincides with the gradual return to normalcy. Among Us undeniably made a significant impact in 2020, offering valuable lessons for game developers. Its success highlighted the potential for simple social games to capture the public's imagination, especially in extraordinary circumstances. However, the game's design favors short-term engagement, and it seems to have reached its peak popularity. Future games might learn from Among Us's success and aim for designs that support long-term engagement while remaining compelling. In conclusion, The rise and fall of Among Us reflect the dynamic nature of the gaming industry and the influence of external factors such as global events on a game's popularity. While Among Us may continue to have a dedicated player base, its time as a cultural phenomenon appears to be over. The game's legacy, however, will endure, as it demonstrated the power of social gaming and the importance of adaptability and continuous content updates in maintaining a game's relevance.